Good morning, and welcome to Unity Center of Pittsburgh. We are really in for some fabulous things today. We have Chloe Wyzorek as our singer and musician. So happy to have her here from LA for a service. We have Doug Knueven giving our message. I'm Robin Walsh, I'm your service leader. Mac Inglis is taking care of the tech for us. And we have all of you here in the room and at home. Welcome. Let's read, if you would join me in reading our vision and mission statement together, just sending them out into the world a little bit. We envision a spiritually awakened world flowing with divine love. We are an inclusive, loving, growing community dedicated to teach, inspire, and practice positive spiritual living. And let's have a song.
Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better. This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, fireside blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here, my world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes that shine the time they do. This Christmas, fireside blazing bright, through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Shake a hand, shake a hand. A fireside blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
Thank you, Chloe. Now, if you join me all in a prayer, releasing a breath, and with it, letting go of everything we don't need in this moment. Letting go of anything that clouds our vision, our guidance, our open, loving hearts. May we be fully present in this moment. May we give this gift to the world, to each other, to everyone we pass on the street, of being present with them. seeing them, and radiating your light, your love, and hopefully your joy. So it is. Now it's time to light our Christ candle, reminding us of our oneness with each other, with all of creation, and with Spirit. And with that reminder, let's read the Unity Principles. God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them. Let us live them now. Now we have, guess what, another song. If you feel like standing and singing, I'm sure that would be okay.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. No, it doesn't show signs of stopping, but I've brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When it finally hits good night, how I hate going out in the snow. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The dark fire is slowly dying, but my dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
We actually have a beautiful temperate day today. I was loving walking here, looking at the end of the street. The moon was still out. There was some blue sky and some bright sun on trees with a gray cloud behind, just gorgeous, as every moment is when we stop to take it in. Now it's time for our daily word, hope and faith. My hope leads me to deepen in faith. As Advent season begins, I feel a quickening, a renewal deep within me as I embark on a spiritual journey leading to Christmas. Over the year, I may have hoped for lasting peace, greater love, or abiding joy. But as I have grown spiritually, I have learned to look for those things within, to claim them as aspects of my divine identity. Once I do that, I will begin to see them manifest in my life. Faith is how I begin to bring my hopes to life. Like my other divine gifts, I always have faith. It's up to me to decide how to use it. When I choose to believe that peace will blanket the earth, that love will heal our hearts, and joy will bring harmony to the world's people, I am using my power of faith to bring these visions to vivid life. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. John 1:5. And if you would join me in repeating this affirmation 3 times, my hope leads me to deepen in faith. My hope leads me to deepen in faith. My hope leads me to deepen in faith. And so it is. And now it's time to bless all the children in the world. At this time of year, most of us think of the joy of children and the excitement for Santa Claus and presents and singing together with their family and decorating together as a group and maybe doing crafts together and all those beautiful things. Sometimes we focus on the presents, but it is the doing the things together with joy and with singing that is the best. And let us envision children everywhere finding their place where they can sing and others sing with them, where they can dance and people are delighted, where they make things with their hands, with a sibling, a parent, a teacher, and feel joy and have some place to hang and display them. May they all take delight in these simple things that are our nature and bring it back to the forefront. May they all find this and enjoy it today and all month and always, and so it is. Now, if you have any person or situation that you would like to place in prayer, bring them to mind. We have people who have prayer request slips, that if you would like to put it on a slip, just raise your hand, and they'll give you a slip, and you can write it down, envisioning it going through the pen, the ink of the pen, onto that paper, and away from your heart. Whether you're thinking, Marianne, whether you're writing at home, you can write it, or whether you're just thinking it, bringing it into your heart. Know that these individuals are being brought into the healing light of collective prayer. That the vast creative energy of so many galaxies is capable of finding a way in our smaller lives and hearts and days to open up for healing here, to open up for highest good, to find balance and harmony. And that through this, the experience brings us deeper in our spirits and closer to community. And with a sigh, let all those worries go. And let's sing, I am opening up in sweet surrender, really visualizing that action.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening, I am opening, I am am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening, I am opening, I am opening, I am opening.
Let's keep that sense of openness with us as we go into meditation. Find your comfortable seat. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. Just start by feeling the breath effortlessly coming in and out. Just noticing the cool air as it goes through your nostrils. And the warm air coming back out. Notice how every breath connects us with the space around us. Noticing how with every breath we take in and are nourished by that which is around us. Now move your attention down to your heart. And imagine that your breath is flowing directly in and out from this center. Feel it expanding and being filled with everything it needs, and feel it releasing and releasing everything that is not its true inherent nature. Imagine it is expanding gently, that any tension on the sides of your heart dissolves and it gets just a millisecond, millimeter wider. That any tension on the top or the bottom borders of your heart are released, and it grows a tiny bit more as it relaxes. Now try to relax the back of your heart, where we can get so armored, where we try too hard because we cut off from the source of guidance and energy and help flowing through us, just like our breath. Now soften the front of the heart. Again, we can get so armored, trying to protect our vulnerability from shadows that have no lasting power. We are older than the sun, the moon, the stars. We will be around for the next creation of sun and moon and stars. And bring into this heart space now some loving memory of a child, a family member, something that floods you with love. It could be a particular memory or just a vision of a person. You can add pets, animals in there. How adorable they are, how loving, how sweet. And expand a bit further to the most beautiful places in nature you have had the great fortune to see and be in, until your heart is flooded with love and goodness. And with that wonderful feeling inside your own chest, imagine it is filling this whole room. Nothing can stop energy, and you don't need to work super hard to send it out. Just focus and imagine that it's filling this room. It's filling in any cracks people might perceive. It's filling in any sore places that need compassion. It's covering loneliness with a balm of belonging. And send it out into the city and the country and the world. Imagining every heart we know is capable of these memories, these thoughts, this connection. And take 5 conscious breaths, feeling your love, and imagine it reaching everyone who needs it. Trusting the breath moving through you that connects us to everything. And make a commitment that this practice will be the present you give to the world this month. That sometime every day you send love to a stranger and love to someone you see. Give your presence and your awareness of the love in your life as you walk down the street, in and out of work and shops. That you let your light shine. And so it is. You can stay in this space as long as you like while Chloe sings us another song.
feelings. They change, they alter, they leave us. Won't worry what happens before me. I'm here. The time, the season, the weather, the song, the music, the rhythm. It seems no matter what happens, I'm here. Daylight seems bright because of night. The change we need, so we can see our love, our beauty, our genius, our work, our triumph, our glory. Won't worry what happens before me. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Thank you, Chloe. And now, please welcome up here to talk about In Patience Possess Ye Your Soul, Doug Knueven.
Good morning, everyone. We are such a wonderful community. I mean, I really, truly enjoy when I get invited to come here and talk. So the message today comes from the Edgar Cayce readings. And I want to start off by saying that my name is Doug Knueven. I work as a holistic veterinarian. I serve on the board of trustees for the Association for Research and Enlightenment. In fact, I'm the chair of the board. But I am not any of those things. What I am, who I am, is a child of God, as are we all. I am a child of God. Say it with me. I am a child of God, and feel it. Claim your birthright as a child of God. I've had some interesting experiences in the past couple of weeks. I've had two strangers come up to me and ask me if anyone's ever told me that I look like Steven Spielberg. And I'm not sure how to take that because I'm pretty sure he's like 20 years older than me. But my reaction is, I don't look like Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg looks like me. Yeah. So I wanted to just give everyone a little bit of background about Edgar Cayce, so we're all coming, at this from the same place. I'm assuming that most of you know about Edgar Cayce and the Association for Research and Enlightenment, but you may or may not have a lot of familiarity. But Edgar Cayce was the most documented psychic of our times. thousands of readings he did. He was mostly a medical intuitive, so most of his readings, people came to him with diseases, and he gave them natural remedies, ways of healing. And almost all the time, probably, I don't know, I'd have to really go through and look, they also involved mental and spiritual approaches to healing. I mean, one of his concepts was, why is it that you want to be healed? Just so you can go back and do the same things that you were doing that got you sick in the first place? I mean, the healing process is a life-changing process if it's really, truly healing. So as he gave more readings, people started asking him different kinds of questions. And, they figured, well, if he could answer these questions about a person's health, maybe he could answer spiritual questions. And so he became this source of deep spiritual wisdom. And a group of people at one point, I think this was in the early 30s, came to him and they wanted to be more like him. One of the things that Cayce said was that we all have the same ability that he had to be able to tap into a higher source of wisdom and bring it into manifestation. And so these people wanted to become psychic. And they didn't realize that this was going to be a journey into soul growth. And so what happened was these people came to him and he gave a series of readings. And he would give them one lesson at a time. And they weren't allowed to move on to the next lesson until they were able to fully learn and manifest the lesson that they were on. And the result of those readings is the Search for God material. So today there are study groups around the world who work together in small groups to learn and understand the principles of spiritual development. And so what I'm going to be talking about today, patience, comes in part from these books and also from the Edgar Cayce readings themselves. So this idea, in patience possess ye your soul, what does that mean? I mean, we are souls. We don't possess our souls, right? And what is this patience idea? There's this childhood understanding that I could bring to this idea. And my first experience with understanding what patience was, I'm pretty sure came from my mother. And it was probably around this time of the year where I was being impatient. And she would just say, be patient. And I think that was a kind way of saying, sit down and shut up. Right? And so with that understanding of patience, well, here, I'm going to act out in patience, possess ye your soul. Right? Is that what this means? In patience, possess ye your soul? Obviously not, right? So I would say that what we're trying to understand is that somehow understanding patience, in that understanding and in the practice of patience, we embrace our deepest spiritual selves. So let's start there. And Edgar Cayce brings a whole different understanding of patience. In fact, we all can agree that we live in this three-dimensional experience, right? But what are those dimensions? According to Edgar Cayce, The dimensions are time, space, and patience. Right? I mean, does that blow your mind? What sense does that make? Well, the first thing that we need to understand is, what do we mean by dimensions? And we could say that dimensions are ways of measurement. They're kind of parameters by which we measure things. So, for instance, in the game of bridge, a bid is a two-dimensional process, right? You have a number and the heart, spades, or diamonds. What do you call that? Suit. Yes, the suit and a number. So it's two-dimensional. As long as you have those two dimensions, you understand the bid in bridge. But a human experience is different than that. So let's say that last Monday at 2 o'clock, my boss walked into my office and yelled at me. So one dimension of that is time. It happened at 2 o'clock. Another dimension is space. It happened in my office. And if we were strictly material beings, that was all that you would need to know to understand that experience. But according to Cayce, patience is how we respond inwardly to what is happening in materiality. So it's about our awareness. Patience is about our awareness. So to fully understand that event, we would need to know where it happened, when it happened, and then what was my response to it, my inner response to that. So that's where patience comes in. And that's how it's one of the three dimensions. And it's interesting that, we live in a three-dimensional world, and we also perceive things in threes a lot of times. So body, mind, spirit, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, the way we view the divinity, some of us. Let's see. So one aspect of patience is that it helps us to understand the relationship between body, mind, and soul. According to the Cayce readings, the spirit is the life, the mind is the builder, and the physical is the result. There we have those three dimensions again. And so understanding that can also help us understand this reading. Before any condition exists in the finite mind, it has become a past condition, relatively spoken, from the infinite mind. And one thing I forgot to mention about the readings is every reading comes with a number that labels that reading for research, and so people can understand it. The first part of the number relates to the person or the group for which the reading was given. The second number is the number of readings in that series. So this was the 24th reading that a person whose name was deleted, but the number is 900. So that helps to keep the readings, the people who got readings keep their information anonymous. So anyway, let's get back to the reading. Before any condition exists in the finite mind, it has become a past condition, relatively spoken, from the infinite mind. That goes back to the idea that mind is the builder. So the mind creates thoughts, and what we experience has been created by our thoughts, what we put out there. So it's in the past already. In a way, everything we experience is karma, because we are getting reflected back to us something that we've created mentally. The only thing that's happening in the present is our response to the event that we're experiencing. And this we can also see in looking at a star. So if you look at a star, you're not seeing that star in the present. That light took possibly thousands of years to get here. That star could already be dead. And we're just now seeing the light. I just heard this week it takes 8 minutes to see light from the sun, for the light from the sun to reach us here on earth. So what we experience, every event, is a past event. And that's an understanding that is part of patience. Understanding that we're experiencing something that was already built. And this is also kind of spoken about in Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl, in his one of his famous quotes, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." And all of this kind of leads to a second aspect of patience, and that is that with events, there's a meaning behind everything that happens, right? Everything happens for a reason. And the bottom line meaning is for us to meet and take responsibility for what we've built mentally. Now, a third aspect of patience is the understanding that life is continuous, that we are not bound by time. And if we identify too strongly with our physical bodies, we lose touch with our timeless spiritual nature. So part of patience is maintaining that connection with the divine and not just reacting to what's going on based on subconscious programming that might be going on in our minds. And again, if we identify too strongly with our physical bodies, that can lead to, one, overdoing things, like at Thanksgiving dinner, right? You just feel like you have to get more food because who knows? Might starve to death tomorrow, I guess. Another thing that identifying too strongly with the body leads to is the feeling of being rushed. You know, we forget that time is basically an illusion. And especially this time of year, that we can really start to feel rushed about things. And in another aspect of this identifying too strongly with the physical is a frustration of expectations, either for or with others, where things aren't going the way we think they should go. So I wanted to take a minute and just read a couple of statements from the chapter in Patience here. Patience is an activity of the God mind within each soul. Its expression involves mental, physical, and spiritual thought and action. And in another place in the chapter on patience, we read, "Passive submission will not suffice. Our patience must be an active, growing force which rises to meet each new trial." So patience isn't just waiting around for the next thing to happen. It's an active force that, we're taking action. From another reading, apply self in a patience that is more of the active nature. Persistence is wonderful. as is attained by the entity, but impatience may destroy all the persistency, for the attributes of patience arise from the spiritual, while a great deal of persistency may be trained. So I would say that another word for persistency could be stubbornness. So it's not, again, patience isn't about taking action. It's about taking thought of what's happening and acting based on our deepest understanding of what's happening. And our response may translate into physical actions or words, or it may just end with our inner response to what's going on around us. I wanted to take another reading out of the book here. How may we more perfectly live the life that we may, through patience, gain the better understanding? By applying what we know day by day. So again, it all comes back to application, about putting our understanding into active participation in life. And here's another excerpt from a reading. Thus in patience condemn not, neither find fault, not condoning, not agreeing, but let thine own life so shine that others, seeing thy patience, knowing thy understanding, comprehending thy peace, may take hope. So how we respond, both innerly and outwardly, to the events around us can be an inspiration for others. Even if it is just an inner response, we know we're all connected. And that is having an effect as well. From another reading, do not be over-anxious about the material things, for the mental and the spiritual aspects and desires should be said in the experience of self, I myself will be guided by the influences from the inner meditations and that which is shown me from within. So again, it's this maintaining the contact that we have with the divine within, with the divine all around us. So in this reading, it contains a question from the person who was getting the reading. So this person was probably in the room while the reading was given, or they submitted this question. And I like this one. I have been given a keen sense of perception of people's abilities and failures. How can I overcome being impatient with people who are slow on the pickup? It's like, oh, good. We have someone who is bragging about their gift of being judgmental. I wonder how Cayce will answer this. And the reading comes back. First, learn to be patient with self. Isn't there some real wisdom there? I mean, it's sometimes our own, perfectionism that gets in the way of how we handle problems and issues with other people. So first, learn to be patient with self. For as ye analyze these ideals, ye will come first to the concept, what would have been thy end had God grown impatient with thee? For thy prayer should ever be, Lord, forgive me as I forgive my fellow man. And then how forgiving would thee be? Thy self-righteousness has come between thee, and thy selfishness has overcome thee. According to Edgar Cayce, the only sin is self. Self-centeredness, self-aggrandizement, self-righteousness. Let me see here. I think I have one more reading. There it is. So if nothing else, remember this: the more patience that is shown in self toward others, the more patience will be shown by others to self. What goes around comes around. So if for no other reason, be patient so that you can get that to come back to you in your interactions with others. I had one more excerpt from the book that I wanted to read here. Let us live just today as if the race were ended, the work completed, as if upon this day's endeavors depended the fulfillment of all his promises. So again, it's about staying present to the present moment, not overstressing about the future, not, looking back at the past and, taking that to heart. It's about being present in the present moment. And then just one more reading here. I wanted to give an excerpt because I'd like us to have something to take home and practice a little bit. Don't lose patience with thy children, thy friends, who become impatient. For he did not lose patience with his disciples when they said, "Should we go away to buy bread to feed this mob? What have we here?" Those were Jesus' words to the disciples, and this had to do with the crowds that had gathered to listen to Jesus. Jesus' words back to the disciples at that moment were, "What have we here?" And then in this reading, Cayce repeats it. "What have you here?" Did you ever hear this used to individuals? Try it. It is one of the most disturbing, yet one of the most quieting words which may be used even to a mob. What have we here? And so what I would like to invite us to do through the course of the next week is, when you feel like you need to overcome impatience or self-righteousness, think of those words. What have we here? And use that phrase to go deeper into what's really happening. What have we here? Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. So many great things to think about. And now it's time for our prosperity practice. We continue to grow and manifest prosperity in infinite ways. If there's anybody joining for the first time today, welcome. If you're online, please introduce yourself in the chat. If you're here in person, Cheryl will say hello to you afterwards and give you a small gift from the center. We'll collect tithes now, your expression of the goodness in your life that you're sharing. Take it out, hold it in your hand. If you've already given online, bring it into your mind. And to say together with me, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. And as those are being collected, we have another song.
This day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. So thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
We have a few announcements. The third annual holiday sing-along and luncheon is going to be Saturday, December 9th from 12 to 3. Marianne's going to come and talk to you about that.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's a great time here this morning. Love the music, love the message. Thank you all for coming. And I want to invite everyone, whoever's watching from home. This is our third year we've had a holiday sing-along at my home. And I prepare lunch. You don't have to bring any food. It's a $20 donation for Unity Center of Pittsburgh. That is gratefully appreciated. If you're watching and you want to bring a family member or friend, please come. We just have a great time. We have lunch, and then we have Ronnie Weiss come. She brings her keyboard, and we have our songbooks, and we just sing holiday music and tell some Christmas jokes, do some Christmas trivia. It's a good time. So you just have to click online and let us know so I know how many plates to set out. And the directions to my home will be on that link, okay? Hope to see you there.
Thank you, Marianne, for doing that. Sounds really fun. We also have the Angel event coming on December 17th, which is a Sunday after service, 12:30 to 2. It's you can register online again. It's $30. And Reverend Marjorie, just a typo on my thing. Marjorie Rivera has the special gift of angel speak and to channel sacred visions. And you'll sit in an embracing circle to receive information, guidance, and messages. So consider that. And we also have a white elephant bingo coming up on Sunday, January 31st from 4 to 8, $10 online. It's a potluck, and you bring a white elephant gift, which is a special item you own that nobody really wants. You bring it to the bingo game in a brown paper bag, and somebody has a chance to win it. So it's really fun. So bring a dish to share, and you'll be home by 9 o'clock that night. Is that Sunday, January 31st? It's December 31st. So here it says January on here, but no, yeah, it's December. So it's New Year's Eve. That you'll be home by 9, kind of thought, okay. So those are our announcements of all the fun stuff going on. Thank you for being here. And I neglected to say earlier that this service is created for you to uplift your spirit today. And we rely on your donations to support our ministry. So please give generously and consider setting up a regular monthly donation so we can keep this goodness happening. Now, remain at your seats, but stand if you want while we do there is peace on earth, while we sing, now there is peace on earth. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. The light of God surrounds me. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you for being here, bringing your loving energy to us. Greet each other after service. There's coffee and tea in the kitchen. Have a wonderful week.